Another project I'm working on today, going to finish this one up too. This is my fireplace insert. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name's Todd. Before I show you how I'm going to build this or tell you how I'm going to build it, let me show you a few images that I pulled off the internet that kind of give you an idea of how I want this cool basket to look. Now that's how I intend for it to look. Now to accomplish that, I have a bunch of scrap wood that I'm going to use to construct this. And let me show you. So for the very back of it, and this will be the main back that sits inside the hole, the cutout for the mantel, I'm going to take my jigsaw and round this here. Now I've already went through and kind of cut some pieces of wood with my table saw and my cut-off saw, just rough cuts, so I could get a good start on this project. So this will be the back of it, and then I will use these pieces of lumber here, and I've got to trim all these yet, but I'm basically going to build a box. It'll be a shallow box. This will be the back, and I'll use some other pieces to put in the front. I'll build like a little rectangle here, and I'll trim these down. And then on this little rectangle here, I've got a bunch of these little strips of wood here that I cut down on my table saw. And what I'll do is I'll build a cage around that little frame. Now I also have some little decorative pieces that I'm going to use. Now, as far as how I'm going to light this, I'm not sure if I'm going to use like the Christmas style, like Halloween flickering lights that you put in here and then use like the expandafoam. I'm either going to do that or I'm going to use some like real pieces of charcoal with like a flickering bulb. I haven't decided yet, so I'll make that determination as I get closer to finishing this up. And of course that'll probably be one of the last things I do, so I have plenty of time for that. So let me go ahead and start piecing some of these together, and then I'll check back with you and we'll check on the progress. So don't go anywhere. Well, I thought I'd take a break and come inside here and show you what I have going on here. Now, when you're building stuff like this, really any type of prop, I'm not using any type of blueprints at all. I'm just looking at an image and trying to replicate what I'm looking at. So it doesn't always work out the way you want, and you got to be flexible when you're building stuff like this. Now, is this how I intended for it to look? Yeah, but as I got in here and started putting these on, I needed to make some support for these. So I think I'm going to use some of this real thin plywood here to put on the sides. And this will hold these front pieces to the back really secure. Now, I think the next step will be to finish putting some of these pieces on the front here, kind of finish out building this little box here. And then I'll put the little decorations on top here, these finials. And then I'll take some more of this lumber here and I will put these on like so. I might do the sides also, not sure. I also have to build like a base here. And so the goal will be that when you look through this, you'll be able to see the cools in this basket and then plus on top here. And I may put something up here, not sure. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then of course I'll probably paint the whole thing black. And I may take like a paintbrush, do some dry painting on it, and put some like silver or some metal on it. Not sure yet. But that's what it's looking like so far. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me show you what the side looks like. And I don't have a lot of this together here. So this will be like the side view, and you can see how putting these little pieces of plywood on here will really tie the front together with the back. And I'll nail and glue those on. And like I said, I may come back and add some pieces in there like that. Not sure yet. Maybe, maybe not. You probably won't even see that, so I might not. Oh, and by the way, I'm sure you've noticed by now, but what do you think about the little guy over there? I bought him a top hat. I think he looks pretty dapper. I went ahead and finished building out the interior box. And I also went ahead and cut these pieces for the grate. About 7.5 inches long, and I put a 45-degree angle on the top. So I'll go through and fasten these all the way around. Also did a couple for each side. And then once I do that, I'll put these two finials in. I'll drill a hole, glue them in. And then I also have to cut a piece of plywood to stick in the bottom here to hold all the cools. And then sand it down, put a coat of paint on it. And then we'll see about what we want to do for the inside to make it glow. I've got the fireplace insert all glued and nailed together. I think it looks great. Now the next step is going to be painting it. And I think I'm just going to spray paint it black. And then I might take some gold or some silver paint and kind of highlight, maybe use like a dry brush technique just to kind of make it look like metal. And then as far as what I'm going to put on the inside to make it glow, I thought about using like the lights, flickering lights in there, like a set of Christmas lights, like that are orange, and then put like the expanded foam in there and paint it like you've seen other people do. But I'm not going to do that because I don't have the foam and I don't really want the mess. Maybe I'll try that later on, but this year what I'm going to use are these little LED battery rechargeable flickering lights. Pick these up on Amazon and they have different modes. And I think they look pretty cool, and they're battery operated and rechargeable. So I have two of them. One I'm going to use outside for my sign, and then this one I think I'm going to set in here. Now I'll probably throw some like some burnt wood or some coal in here just to kind of surround it so you know it looks like it's burning. But I think that'll give the effect that I'm looking for, at least for this year. Plus, I'm going to use this this piece here at Aaron's Halloween party too, and he has a couple of these LED flickering lights, but they're battery operated. So I might end up maybe drilling a hole in the back of this before I paint it, so that when I use this prop over at his house, I'll be able to run the extension cords through the back or the bottom. I haven't decided yet. But let me go ahead and paint this up and kind of decorate it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I've got the fireplace insert ready to go. Now, the way I'm going to do it this year is with these battery operated LED flame lights, and they're rechargeable. Now, I originally thought I would do like everybody else does and do the expand the foam with the orange or red lights and then kind of paint it black, orange, red to make it look like glowing embers. But I'm not going to do that this year. Maybe next year. Instead, I'm going to use these flickering flame lights that I picked up on Amazon, and they're rechargeable. So I'm just going to put them on the flickering flame effect. And I'll probably end up using just one because I need to use the other one for outside. But I'm going to go ahead and put two of them in there for now. So I went and got some wood out of my wood pile and split them with my axe and then kind of painted them black. And I'm just going to lay these in here. Kind of stack them. Now, to give it some realism, I took and have some charred wood that I'm going to stick in there. So we'll see what that looks like when I turn the lights off. I can always rearrange it. Well, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you think? I think it looks fine. And it gives that flame effect. Now, I would imagine if you had the actual electric plug-in LED flickering bulbs, it might be just a hair brighter. But this works fine. So I'm not going to do anything with it different, at least this year. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below in the description on how I made the fireplace mantle. If you like these type of videos, give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Until then, I'll talk to you later.